if you're not here, your work's gonna go to the hospital. Oh,
How we doing today, Ashley?
right, it's Friday, right?
It is.
You got a ball game this weekend?
Yeah.
What's the
They're
record
all-
this year?
Well, they're 1-2, they're terrible.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it probably's never been like the,
Well, they had been 7-4 and 6-5 and 6-5, and they were 11-2 a few years back. So
yeah.
This offense, they can't score.
When I was going to school there, my best friends down at school was their kicker, and he was really good.
Yeah.
So he just died of throat cancer.
Who knows?
I told him I'm here to cheer.
Okay, this is the Williamson County Board of Commissioners meeting. It's September the 23rd at 10 a.m. Roll call, please.
Jim Marlowe,
Present.
Brent Gentry,
Present.
Tim Atkinson.
Present. All right, is there any old business we can discuss? If not, we'll move on under the highway department. Travis, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you. So first of all, thanks for holding this at short notice. So this resolution that you guys have got in front of you, you've got one there yet?
Yeah.
So basically, we are going to be, as long as you guys are okay with it, we are going to be the lead on sponsoring and making application for another section of this called bike track.
Mhm.
And this piece will cover two areas. There's about a 1 mile section.
You don't have a map.
You know what? I forgot to bring them.
I've got one on my desk.
Figures one to take on more, huh?
You know, I'll be honest with you, Brent, this stuff has kind of a special place for me.
No, I know why.
Myself and Joe Zdankevich and Kerry Nelson with Don, we've been working on this project for 10 or 15 years.
Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, we started working on it when we were at IDOT, and we are so close. So just so you guys can see it. Let's see, okay, so this map's a little different. This little piece from 148 over here to what we call Prison Road, that little piece. Right now, that's in this original application. We have asked IDOT to let us change the limit to that and stop here because we're running out of money. Just to be honest with you, with all the inflation. So this application will cover that piece, and then it will cover the piece over here on Wolf Creek Road. It'll cover this piece over here on Wolf Creek Road that gets down to Old 13. So it'll be from Old 13 to New 13. So that's the piece that we will be doing. This piece is actually our jurisdiction. So, and I think right now Joe's got this estimated at about 2.6 million.
For these two sections.
Yes. Now, I will tell you this, just between us, those numbers are pretty padded.
Between us and everybody that's watching.
That's okay. That's okay. And here's why it is. It's a no match. It's a no match application. And basically, because of the trouble we're having on this one, we make sure we got enough money to cover on the next application. So we don't want to come up short and have a problem with this one. And that one wasn't any fault of Joe's or mine's or the department's. It's the economy. When sidewalk goes from $6 a square foot to $10 a square, $10 to $12 a square foot, and that's pretty much what you're building, you can't help but have overruns. So that's where we're at.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to make sure the taxpayers are covered, so we're not having to fork out more money.
Okay. So what we need to do is just pass this resolution.
So this resolution basically just says that you're authorizing us to make the application for the design and construction of the cog for those two segments. That's what that's for. This is needed to put in the application because what we have to show is that the county board is on board, on board with it and it's okay.
What about the letters of support?
The letters of support, I've got yours.
Well, he said one, me too, I said, I thought Jim already signed one on our behalf, and he said, well, that's okay then.
He did.
I don't want to send a bunch of it.
He signed it as the chairman of the board. So, and I put one in on some other people's application as a county highway. We're like, because Rides is going to make application from Old 13 to, I think it's called Post Oak.
Yeah.
Across here. And that leaves a gap. But the refuge has applied for a $50 million grant to do a whole bunch of work out in the refuge. And they would more than likely get it, and they would do this piece and connect it around this way. That'll get them in front of the visitors center. And at some point in time, if we want to close that gap, or the refuge wants to close that gap, we can apply for future funds again. So, guys, this is for Southern, this is important. This is a really good project. I think people are going to be surprised at the use of this trail and the number of people that it will attract. So, anyway, that's what we're at.
So you need a motion to move forward with resolution number 2209-345 for the ITEP application and Crab Orchard Greenway project.
Second.
Jim Marlowe.
Jay.
Brett Gentry.
Yeah.
Tim Atkinson.
Yes.
Okay, so as part of that application, I also have all this GATA paperwork that is normal for any of these applications, even though we're exempt, we're still having to fill them out. So this requires your signature on that, please. Doesn't require a vote or anything like that.
Just Stephanie, and then, I'll sign everything as soon as we're done with this meeting.
And then, I'm just gonna drop a couple other things on you here. This is the next Baxter pay estimate. I went through it. And there is the pay request. It's for 1.178 million. And then I've got the next one on my desk. And they're going through everything, getting the final number. So that will be that Stephanie also. Okay.
They're still keeping up on subcontractor wages.
Yes. Yes, they are. And then the only other thing, the one last thing I've got is, you know,
It's the last thing.
The last thing.
We don't have two, do you want three, you're pushing it.
this is a project change order over 25,000. You remember we had a discussion in there about the water tower? Okay, that money, when they credited the section back for that, they took it out of their line item. This needs to be put in the Claire to Ziegler line item on our job, so that we can get paid him. It's for 48,000. And that's not really, we haven't been voting on that. I'm just asking you guys if you're okay with it. Everybody shakes their head yes. Yeah, I guess it's never been voted before. So, all right. So I'll get that sent to them today. Actually, that doesn't require a signature or anything. I'm just making you guys aware.
All right,
So
appreciate it.
that's it. All right.
Now you're done.
We'll get that in a second.
Yeah.
All right, let me take this as board. Tom, I approached Tom yesterday. We had a conversation that Tom brought up a point about insurance on vehicles in the sheriff's office. And Tom, I wanted to turn it over to you. So I'll let you discuss.
Sure. Yeah, I can get to this briefly. I think, one of the things that we've been working on, we've kind of slowed down on getting our renewal information to ICMT and getting pricing, waiting for the sheriff's department to give us vehicle updates. Last year, we never got any response for them at all. We had to go ahead without it this year. And by the way, Julie's done a great job getting me everything, that we needed for this. I was ready to go September 1st, other than the sheriff department information. So, we finally got a list. Tim got one list, and then Scott McCabe sent another one to Julie, which was a little more updated, that I worked up, and we finalized that. I sent that out to everybody. And then when I was on vacation last week, Scott McCabe called me and said, he had some more changes and everything. So he said he would send them to me Monday. I finally got them yesterday. So so what we've got, 2 points I want to bring up, and I did this to Jim briefly, and he was in agreement yesterday, but I'll run through it again. We've got like 12. The sheriff's department's operating 12 vehicles, mostly patrol cars, that are not insured. Now the county has liability insurance no matter what, but these cars are not covered for physical damage if they would get involved in an accident. So I have those sent in to be, to be added to the policy at renewal on December 1st. But in the interim, between now and November 30th, if something happens to one of these vehicles, at present, there's no coverage. So what I presented to Jim was I would like to go ahead and ask them to endorse these on now, and it'll be prorated. There will be a charge for adding these because they weren't put on last year and they're put on in the middle of the year. Normally, as you guys are probably aware, in the ICRMT program, anything newly acquired during the year is automatically covered. There's no additional premium. But since these are not acquired during the policy period, we need to add them, and there would be an additional premium. I don't think it would be much for 12 vehicles. I think it'd probably be less than $2,000 for the rest of the year. Maybe as little as $1,400-1,500. So that's item one. Item number two, one of these vehicles is this BAE MRAP vehicle, which is an armored vehicle. I don't know if you had the opportunity to see it. I emailed you all like a Wikipedia link to that vehicle earlier this morning, so you could just kind of see what it is. But we had this. I didn't really understand that it was a registered road vehicle. I thought it was a piece of equipment. Scott says the value of this is $750,000. It's Army surplus. It was used in Iraq. They got it 4 or 5 years ago. I had it on the equipment policy, and it was generating a premium of $3,000 or $4,000. And at some point when we were reviewing this, you guys asked me to remove it. We didn't think it was necessary to insure it since the county had no money in it. Scott's brought this back up again. The article the Wikipedia article that I sent you guys shows the value. They say it's about $412,000, but Scott thinks this one's $750,000. What I was going to suggest that I try to do is try to get them to kind of put a limit on the premium associated with this, as opposed to not having it covered at all, is to do it at a agreed value of, $50,000, $75,000, $100,000, something like that, to where if, I think the vehicle's almost indestructible, but if it did get into some kind of damage where, repair costs were involved, that we would have, some level of coverage to, to address that. So those are really the things that I'm asking you guys for guidance on this morning.
Well, I don't know. Okay, right now we do have liability on it, correct?
Well, it needs to be, it'll go in the additions, but yes, if it's involved in an accident, it's liability, because of the way the policy is written, the county is automatically covered for automobile liability on any vehicle. So yeah, that's true.
Repair of the vehicle, correct?
Yeah, there's nothing for repair of the vehicle, correct?
Who gave us that?
Who gave us that vehicle?
The Army.
They got down.
So was that
It's
a
government
grant?
surplus.
Was it a
No,
grant?
it's government surplus that they said, listen, we'll, you sign up for this and we'll give this to you, but you pay for the cost of shooting. We
Okay,
it
that
cost
was
us-
the only day, there was no,
There was about a $2,000 cost to ship it.
there was no part of the
Nope.
agreement that said that we
We
had to
didn't
keep
pay
it
for it.
insured.
Other than the shooting.
We're not required to keep it fully insured.
No.
By them.
And that's the thing, I don't even know if they even pulled the thing out. I've seen it, I don't know if they were using it.
They do that a lot. I mean, they
Yeah.
give vehicles to other municipalities. Like
Yeah, I just
trucks.
didn't know if there was maybe
Yeah.
say, as part of that agreement, we had to keep some kind of an insurance or, ensure
My
that it's,
knowledge.
Well,
we had to, maybe we had to
Take a look
make
at
sure
it.
that it's always available for
it was
use.
us to pay the shipping. Nobody said the insurance part.
Yeah.
I
But
agree.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
I
know,
know.
but I mean, I
They
guess,
they would have to pay for the shipping back to them.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
But-
the question that I have, for that kind of equipment, so this is 2012, the thing had been in Iraq, I think. So it is, the question I have is if it were damaged, could you even get parts for it?
my
Is
concern,
there anything, and that's
say
the other
it
thing that I
cracked-
wonder about,
you get a cracked windshield or something, that's probably bulletproof,
probably, yeah.
so you just not like
Just run
calling.
down to Menards, they got a glass
know,
shop.
Yeah, you just don't get that replaced by anybody. So I'll say this. Tim brought up a good point. But if it's not required, I think we need to ask the sheriff's department. We can go back to whenever they got it, because they're the ones that signed up for it. If
Right.
it's not required that we carry a certain line of insurance on it, I would say, as far as repair, just a minimum for repair. And if they can't repair it, scrap it and apply for another one.
Yeah.
Why
Okay.
repair it when the government's giving these things away?
Where's it at now?
It's out by the airport.
So it's protected.
It's in Stephanie's garage, she keeps
Yeah.
it out there.
It's a Friday night vehicle. Yeah. I mean, there's times probably the three of us needed with bulletproof, but.
I'm not saying-
But
We're almost through tax season, so I'm getting stretched.
Ashley needs it.
I don't see that thing being like a fender being dented on that. I mean, after all,
Hell,
designed to take a landmine.
I agree.
Or IUD.
I agree with Tom too. Just check it out. If it's a
Yeah.
minimum, fine, but something astronomical, forget it.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I mean, what I was thinking is just even when you look at the picture of the thing that I sent you, one of the tires for it, I'm sure it's specific. If you had vandalism on one of the tires, if somebody, decided to go out there and drive a spike into a tire, tire might cost $30,000. I mean,
Yeah, right.
You have no idea what it would cost to get a tire for that thing. So,
yeah. And why fix it if you can apply for a whole new one?
And then can you even get the parts?
Yeah, that's just it.
Right.
Whoever you take it to go get it fixed. So,
Oh, yeah, but those, yeah.
so Tom, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll check with Benny. I'll get back to you. I'll let the board know. And then we need to,
I'm gonna proceed with this thing as liability only now, just to get the thing into them so we can, because I want to press them to get us, renewal pricing, in October at some point. So I'm going to go ahead and go with that. And then if it turns out we want to do physical damage on that, I'll add it back on the back end. Okay.
how about this? That's fine.
Yeah.
If I find out that there is a requirement, I'm sure, minimal requirement, I'm sure this board would be in agreement that we have to have that minimal requirement.
Right.
Yeah, there's a
You
minimum.
think so?
Right.
Okay.
That's the
So
only reason I
I'll
brought.
try and get back to you
That's the only
today.
reason I brought- by
I'll find
contract.
out.
So,
So, okay.
and so our
Sounds
squad,
good.
okay, in our squads, you're gonna see if you can get that policy endorsed.
Yes, I will get it endorsed. Yes. Yeah. If you guys are in agreement to that. Yes.
So that we know that we're covered.
Right. Yeah. We can get that done. Yeah. I'll get that off today.
Thank you,
Okay.
Tom.
Tom, there's another topic I wanted to talk with you about, and that's our cyber insurance policy. Okay, now, if you would, I believe you sent over a document for us to fill out that stated the specifics of what we had to have. And there was back and forth emails between you and Josh Ditto
Right.
on what the requirements are and everything. Is it my understanding that all outside vendors must have, we must have a copy of their insurance?
Well, yeah. Now that I mean, as that's not specific to cyber, but that is as I showed you, I think I emailed you a copy of the representations you make to the insurance company regarding the procedures that all independent contractors that the county's engaged, by contract anyway, will carry, minimum insurance limits of, $1 million. Yeah, liability insurance, correct. And of course, if that just by extension, they would expect that if it is, for example, like Kim, I know who, when she's doing your accounting, and if she can enter and get access your network and so forth, you want somebody like that to have the same coverage that you have, other, because otherwise it's going to impact your policy. If you have a claim, if your network is compromised because of a third party vendor that has access and gets inside your network.
And I believe did we ask the office holders to send out this letter or something
I thought we did.
to all their vendors?
It was discussed. I don't know that it got.
We did, and I don't know. I don't know if we nailed that down that hard, but we at least had a meeting about it and distributed some information about that.
Yes, that question goes to Stephanie. Stephanie, we didn't talk about this. I don't know we gave you guys.
Yeah, you
Huh?
guys talked, I remember you talking about it, but I never said.
I don't know we gave you guidance to do it, so I would say we probably need to do it.
Insurance policy?
No, a policy for contractors.
Okay.
And I don't know if we need to amend it to include anything for cyber. If they're gonna access or.
Well,
I can have, ICRMT loss control get back to you on that. I mean, they develop these policies all the time. I mean, they could, if you don't have a policy in place for that, they can give you one.
Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking, just to cover our bases.
Okay. Yep. I'll have them get in touch.
Okay.
okay. Is there anything else that we need? Tom, or do you have any questions, Ashley?
Yeah, Tom, I was gonna ask you, so you've been working obviously with me and Enterprise, with the leasing vehicles. The first one is available to be picked up at Watermark Ford. What information, you made a comment about anything that's purchased like in that year is automatically covered, but what information do I need to get to you?
Yeah, that would include that would include leased vehicles too. So anything that you acquire, you just need to give me the the description of the vehicle, year, model, serial number, and then if we need to provide evidence of insurance to the entity that's leasing it, just whatever their notification address is that they need for us to send proof of insurance. So yeah, that's very simple. You can just email that to me and we can turn it right around.
Okay. Do I need I can probably call Marion Ford and see if I can get some kind of like deck sheet from them. Do I need to get that to you and get confirmation?
Did you say you're going to pick it up? I mean, it's right away. They have it already.
It's there. It's ready to be picked up, but I didn't want to go get it.
That would be great. That would be great. It would automatically be covered, until December 1st, but it would be a great help if I had that, because I'll add it to, my list for the renewal policy. So that would be great if I could have that today.
Okay. Do you want it prior to physically going and picking it up? That was that's fine, because what I'm doing in effect is adding it on December 1, because it's automatically covered until December 1. So it doesn't matter when you pick it up. Yeah. Okay. I just didn't want to go grab it and then we get in a wreck between here and the admin building. Be like, no, sorry, you're out of luck. If I would have
no, you're okay. You're going to be okay.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah, I had to stop right there at Carbon.
I mean, so,
I think I talked to you or discussed this with you, but we did add on that, little recycling shed on our policy, correct? It was about a $5,000 purchase that, that Progress Port uses for recycling. It's a little outbuilding.
And it's, I need to check. I don't remember. I remember we discussed it, but
Hey.
I will look. And that's located across the street from you guys.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember.
The admin across the tracks.
Okay. Well, we were, yeah, I think that I had a question about whether or not, you had, that they owned it, that you were providing it to them, and whether they should insure it or not, or if it's actually owned by the county. So is it?
Owned by the county.
Okay, okay. Yeah, we could, I'll make sure that's on there.
Okay, I think the total bill purchase price was like $500 or $5,100.
It's a little bitty portable.
Just a little bitty portable warehouse building.
Do we get a certificate of insurance from Progress Port?
Beginning, I know they were talking at the beginning.
I know that we
And what they
talked
said,
about
I
it,
don't know.
and I hadn't thought about it until just now.
Well,
We need to verify that.
She, somewhere online, email somewhere, she said
Yeah.
she was sending it, I don't know. You,
I've not.
I guess you have.
Yeah. You got that, Jim?
Well, Tom, it's supposed to be a 5-minute meeting. Thanks a lot, bud.
Hi. I'm used to meetings that ramble on, so that's not a
Been
problem.
from, in a
That's
5
new.
minutes.
Yeah.
It's been.
okay.
32.
All right, that's all I got for you, Tom.
Okay, very good. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Tom.
it. Thank you.
one last thing. I talked to Ryan Farley last night. So Ryan said that this portion is for a 1/3 prepayment for the ground storage and the booster pump station to begin production, to jump them to the front of the line. So there are no materials. They're sending this directly to the manufacturer so they can get the thing in process.
Was that the one that we looked at the other day?
Yeah. That's
Because
what,
there is piping materials on that.
yeah, well,
Because there's linear feet that he's put.
the whole thing is on here, but if you'll notice out to the side, this 112, I mean, specifically references the ground storage tank and the booster pump. He said that to make sure that you were seeing the values, on here, so. I know this is the entire material list, but this 112 are these
These two
two
right there.
amounts, which are for that booster pump and the ground storage tank. So that was what he wanted to clarify. He also did say that he did confirm, or he has checked, the contractor does have, full coverage for theft and damage to materials and everything else. And I think he's got a copy of that, and when it comes to that point. So just to make you guys aware that I'll need a signature and a Jim got to sign.
You can do that.
Didn't do.
I'd love to see that work being completed.
Yeah. So he said this will help them jump to the front of the line. He's like, money talks.
So this is one that I was going to sign the other day.
Yeah, you signed one of them, but you got all 4 copies. So
Okay.
there will be one that you don't have to sign.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Today.
Thanks.
And then, I sent a message to Kim to find out when we get back to front of me. I didn't sign. Oh, it's there. Second. So, I'm looking at the calendar. I'd be available Monday to Friday of next week. Budget. So, you guys will.
What? Yeah, Friday. But Monday, I thought,
You good on Monday, Rick?
yeah, I thought we
I gotta
talked
find
about
out.
doing something on Monday. We remember I was making fun of, they wasn't, we can't do something then because it's robust, whatever it is.
Yeah,
We're talking about something with one on Monday.
and you know, the other, I don't have anything. I'm available both those days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Mondays. Friday.
Okay, so-
Appointments.
So either day, Monday or Friday, or maybe even.
I can't do Friday.
Okay,
Because of
all right.
that, he got like 3 appointments.
All right, so
Monday.
then Monday, okay, let's look at doing Monday. I'll check with Kim and then I'll get with Stephanie to send out an agenda. And
We're looking at 9 o'clock then on Monday.
I'd like to.
Or 9 o'clock. Yeah, it's a sliding scale, 9, 9:20.
Budget 9 a.m.
No, it is.
Knowledge you. She can make that or not. Okay, other than that, I'm done.
I was told, Tom, we can fill out that, whoever it is, that bank, or whatever, years back, that birds from America. They did, they supposed to be done with them. And me and my brother-in-law, I hardly ever seen, but he's a smart cook. They're begging him to stay 2 more years to shoot the contract, so
Was he done the retirement or yeah?
I think he's gonna be 2 years younger than
Yeah.
smart, man, he's.
Oh, I have confidence.
He's a genius when it comes to the insurance stuff,
Yeah.
man.
I don't know if you guys knew it or not, but Memorial services for Daniel Finke, 27th, 2 p.m. Brigade Splash. Military honors will be immediately followed. By the Carterville American Legion Post 347.
He
Little bit of a shock.
He was a member there, right?
Yeah.
Is that the 27th?
27th at 2 p.m. So, anyway, okay, other than that, I'm done. Just need a motion to adjourn.
Somebody.
I'll second.
Jim Barlow.
Yeah.
Brett Gentry. Tim Atkinson.
Yes.
So, 6.